Hey guys, Mrs. McInnis here, the queen of the reeds, haha. We're gonna talk about clarinets and saxophones and their mouthpieces, ligatures, and reeds. So, there's a couple of differences between clarinet and saxophone mouthpieces. And believe it or not, we've actually had this happen where a kid got their clarinet home from the store and had a saxophone mouthpiece. And they came to school and they're like, my mouthpiece won't fit on my clarinet. And it was because they had a saxophone mouthpiece. Now, if you look, the saxophone does not have any cork on the bottom of the mouthpiece. It's completely plastic and black, the whole thing. The clarinet has cork on the bottom of the mouthpiece. So really important, if you have a saxophone, a mouthpiece like this isn't gonna work. If you have a clarinet, a mouthpiece like this isn't gonna work. Okay, so that's really important. That's the first thing. Second thing is that you need a ligature in order to hold your reed onto your mouthpiece. And the ligature size matters also. This is a saxophone ligature. It fits perfectly on there. I didn't have to force it, nothing crazy. This one is a clarinet ligature. See how it doesn't go all the way down? Because it's not made for it. So if you have to force it, it's not the right kind of ligature. Don't force it. Yet if I slide it on the clarinet, boom, goes all the way down, no problem, didn't have to force it. Conversely, if I put the saxophone ligature on, it almost goes all the way to the bottom, way too big, all right? You might notice that there's another kind of ligature too. This one has screws in the back. None is better than any other, guys. They're just made differently for different types of things. And as you progress as a player, you might want a different style of ligature for a different style of music you're playing. The general rule when it comes to ligatures is that the screws are gonna be so your right hand will tighten them. So whether it screws in the back, or like mine, it screws in the front, you notice that the little tabs are on the right hand side. That's the important thing to remember. So when you put your ligature on, tabs on the right, okay? Cool. So now talking about reeds. Just like the different sizes of the mouthpieces, the reeds also have a different size. I bet you can guess which is which. Yes, the smaller is a clarinet reed, and the bigger one is a saxophone reed, an alto sax reed. So you wanna make sure when you're buying your reeds that you're buying them for your correct instrument. There's not just, hey, I need reeds. The store's gonna go, okay, what kind? Oh, clarinet. And then they're gonna ask you, okay, what size? And you might say, clarinet? The reeds all come in different number sizes. And for beginning band, you're gonna wanna ask for size number 2. That's gonna be the best size for you guys. And I would recommend for you guys as beginners that you do either Juno reeds or the Orange Box Rico reeds. Both of those are a good price range, so they're not super expensive. They will last you, and they are appropriate for your level, which means they're not gonna be too hard or they're not gonna be too soft. They're a good reed. So that's Juno and Orange Box Rico. Either one of those will work. So reeds, when you get them, they come in these little plastic cases. And at the music store, they might say like, oh, do you wanna buy this fancy case where you put the reeds in? You don't need to, guys. You can just leave them in these. The most important thing about reeds is that they stay dry. Because if they don't, they're wood. They'll get moldy. Ugh. Don't want any of that. That's bad news. So in our next video, I'm actually going to show you how to put the reed on the mouthpiece. Exciting.